Helps if I do tell this too string to me.
Hello and welcome. It is Sunday. It is afternoon, and uh, I might even be productive. What do I normally say? I don't know. Hi, I'm here. I got headsets on. I got Doc. I got Sako. I got Catticus, who is on day 33 since he last drew blood. Although, if he doesn't get his gushy food soon, we might have to.
That might change.
That might change. So, today I'm planning. Okay. Today, I'm intending to finish up a blog post talking about NaNoWriMo and their
Mishaps.
choices, their recent choices. But what I'm actually probably going to be doing is reading a Why Choose Omegaverse story
Oh, okay.
about a girl who was raised to be the perfect Omega, i.e., housewife, and was genetically designed and is like the spokesperson for the place. And then, like, she meets the real world and gets away from her mother and realizes she's allowed to make choices outside of what the focus groups have decided is perfect.
Huh. Well, I can understand why you would be distracted by this story.
I mean, it's me. Distracted by a story is low bar.
Mhm.
But I would like to say
that's your constant state, isn't it?
So I ran into a friend yesterday who
Mhm.
on their Goodreads is sitting at over 1,000. I'm not that bad.
Over 1,000 for the year.
In her defense, a lot of it's manga, which you can read like 5 of in one sitting.
Oh, they're real
Mhm.
short. Okay.
And she's been dealing with a lot of chronic health issues, so has spent a lot of time, in bed recuperating. So, like, yeah, I was telling a friend of mine, I'm like, I'm not that bad. And they're like, that doesn't mean you're doing well.
It doesn't mean you're doing well. Yeah.
So yeah. Did I tell you my therapist dumped me?
No.
No,
Okay.
I don't remember this one.
Technically, I missed a therapy appointment in early July. After she had mentioned, I'm not really sure what other tools I have to offer. I think you should look into a media addicts meeting. Remember that part?
I
So
do.
I missed a therapy appointment, but like I didn't even know because usually we schedule them on Tuesdays and it was Monday that week.
Mhm.
And when I went on Tuesday, I was like, oh, I missed it. But like usually she messages to ask where I am. So that was a little weird. And I didn't message her for like 2.5 months and just messaged like a week ago to be like, hey, can we reschedule that one I missed? And she's like, I am sorry, I'm full up. I can't take any newer returning clients.
Mhm.
So it's not really dumped, but also we were at the end of her like skill set in the first place. So
Well,
She broke up with you.
I got dumped. I got dumped by my
she
therapist. She was
described
like,
you as a returning client, so it's like that means you were dumped. You were.
yeah.
She unilaterally determined you were no longer a current patient. So.
I mean, I do have executive dysfunction and like we didn't have next appointments set up. So like but also
Yeah.
she was a new practitioner. She had just gotten her just started practicing without a mentor. So
Oh.
I don't really I think
Maybe don't take it like personally. Yeah.
right. I feel like we had gotten through everything she could think of to try, and she was
Mhm.
just like, I don't know if I'm the right person. So she did send me a recommendation and a friend's card and like all that stuff.
Oh,
So
okay, cool.
yeah, she didn't say
She
I
didn't
got
just
no
ghost you like mine
right.
did.
Yeah, no, there was no ghosting.
Your
There was a
therapist
recommendation.
ghosted you. Oh, that's bad.
I was
Well,
ghosted by my therapist in 2020. Yeah.
I was going to say it's like depending on what issues one might be struggling with, that would just make things worse.
yeah. So I do kind of believe there's a stereotype about therapists in the first place that they go into it looking for the help they wish they had. And so a lot of them are also struggling with their mental health as well. So, that ebbs and flows for them as well. So sometimes they're better able to be there. Either that or they're there for the drama llama. You
would not believe what this customer said. No, I can't
Meanwhile,
give you
I hate train wrecks, so I think I would be a very poor therapist because, a lot of therapy is you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Right.
So, let
Case
me
in
do
point.
it. Yeah. Quick pop into the comments. Andy is here. Hello and welcome. Wordsmith Sarah. Hello. King Red Spy Red X is here in my chat. Hello. Sandy is here as well. Hello. It's been a while. And Sandy said, same here. It was a mutual ghosting with her therapist in 2020 because of COVID not letting them hang out in her tiny office. So did her own thing. So
yeah, stuff hadn't been we hadn't been given parameters in which to live yet.
Yeah.
When she missed my appointment.
Yeah. So
not for lack of trying.
Yeah. I should probably try the media addiction stuff, but like the one meeting I went to was like
It's
25,
more
30 people online, and the person who ran it was like, I've been here like 3 times, I can follow the script, because there wasn't actually a facilitator, so it was kind of self-run, and I was just like, this is not what I'm looking for. But finding one that's at a good time for me is hard. And a lot of the media addict stuff is, specifically TV, or there's one for like basically porn. And the one I went to was maladaptive daydreaming, which I thought was a better match for what I'm really, struggling with.
So regardless of what it was obviously a bad fit for what you needed.
Right. So I just need to try again. I just, was disappointed. So I haven't tried again, and I will. So let me pop into the comments. Raven made it. Hello.
Hi, Raven.
Forgot to sneak in the back. And hello, Kai. I think this is your first time here. Hi from the east side of the Sierra Mountains. Nice.
Ooh.
Okay. We are all east. The 3 of us are East Coast in the DC metro area.
But you're welcome from wherever you come.
Yeah, we have plenty of West Coasters and Central. Yeah, we have people from everywhere. Sandy said, "Moon." Good to see you, Juan.
Yeah, Sandy is one of our friends from Imaginarium.
Yeah. Hello, Catticus. This is Catticus. Oh, I workshopped his titles.
Oh dear.
And I'm pretty happy with the result. We're currently going with Lord Inspector Catticus, first of his name. I forgot.
You wrote it all out.
I wrote it all out. Sorry, he's distracting me. I'm like, is he going to eat?
It's like a paragraph.
It is like a paragraph at this point. Okay, here we go. So, Lord Inspector Catticus, first of his name, he who sits upon the Mamalap throne, fiercest of the kittykin, render of flesh, Sir Bites-a-Lot himself.
Yes.
Yep.
I heard the thunderous
It's a hell of
applause.
a title.
Thunderous applause, right? Clearly. Y'all were stunned.
I was actually surprised that it ended a little bit early. I was expecting it to go on.
No. I just added the throne portion.
Okay.
So, King Red Spy Red X is laughing about Po Punch Tai Lung in the nuts. Okay, I guess he's been watching some videos. Duan says hi to Sandy. Sandy said, Sandy's got to go vacuum the HVAC for a minute. Bah.
You have to go vacuum the vacuum.
And Arcturus says, hello, all you amazing people.
Hi,
on the
Arcturus.
time. Okay, sorry. Kai says realm hopping around the Twitch realm and came across. Yeah, we do productivity sprints every Sunday afternoon, and we recognize the fact we are entirely snack fueled. So
Yeah, I just ate all of my snacks.
when we run out of things to say, we'll do 24-minute sprints. So hear me out. I'm thinking I might drop back to 20-minute sprints at some point. I know it's 2024, and I know I'm Morgan.
But
and
it's getting closer and closer to.
But like 20 is my sweet spot, and I can do 25s. Like anything more than 25 is too long for me. But
I agree.
I'm thinking about switching back to 20 minutes.
So in 2026, we'll be moving back to 20-minute sprints. Possibly before then.
Possibly before then. So yeah, no. 15 is too short for me. Like I know some people do 10-minute sprints in 15, but like especially if I'm writing, that's too short. And if I'm editing, it's way too short. I mean, I could do a 25. I do believe we have one follower who dreams of the time I did a 90-minute sprint.
Oh yeah.
Because I was beta reading a friend's middle grade novel, so I just like pushed through and yeah.
Is it really a sprint if it's over an hour?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a
I like
productivity
longer.
focus.
Yeah, I focus when I'm writing by myself. I focus for about an hour, maybe 2, and then I take a break, smoke a cigarette, get a snack, etc.
No, there's total respect for the hour or 2 hour long writing session, but
right. But I get back to writing.
Is it a marathon or a sprint? Is what he's asking.
It's a session. It's an installment. I would not call it a sprint.
Yeah,
because I get back to writing after my break.
Yeah, Dwan says a 90-minute sprint. I just watch a movie and come back.
Yeah.
So Arcturus says a plan for 2026, but okay to be ahead of schedule. Raven says he just got back from a Sunday D&D session. His Lamater priest converted from a Leviatar adherent, basically took a volley of crossbow fire and almost became our party's first death. That's where my roommate is right now. She has a Sunday game.
Sounds like he had a religious experience.
Right.
From Leviatar, who is like the mistress of poison and pain.
Something.
Yeah. Leviatar is pain. Yeah.
Sarah said if she went over a 15-minute sprint on her stream, she'll forget she's streaming and go do something else. That's where I am after 25 minutes. Like after 25 minutes, I've got plenty of time.
I'm wandering. My mind is wandering, and yeah.
Sarah says, otherwise, length doesn't matter much to me, but if I'm supposed to be streaming, it's different. Yeah, it's a lot harder when you're managing a stream.
So, important lessons for AD&D streaming.
Right? Kai says, for me,
ADHD.
a writing sprint is anything under 30, anything over is a writing session. Yeah, I can see that. But I find editing goes better in bigger chunks and writing in sprints for me. Or historically, I have found that currently I'm doing none of the above. So, I am a huge proponent of the fact just because something used to work for you doesn't mean it will continue to work for you. And don't be afraid to change your process if it stops working for you.
Yep.
So remember, the only rule about writing is do what works for you. But it's easier to break the rules if you understand why they exist.
Indeed.
And trying something new is the best way to get back on track.
Exactly. You can get away with anything if you do it well. Just because somebody has done it well doesn't mean you can do it that way. So Raven says Leviatar is the maiden of pain and torture, whereas Lamater is the god of easing pain and burdens. My half-orc priest is still a bit torn between loyalty and redemption.
I had a dwarven cleric in one game that he basically picked up a relic of a different god in the same pantheon and got traded. He was devoted to the war god, and he picked up a relic of Moradin, and his holy symbol changed. Just like, I've been traded.
I didn't know that clerics work like, professional sports players.
I didn't know either.
So Let's see. Andy's with me. 20 minutes seems to be about the right chunk of time. And Zoe says, hi, Zoe, by which he means she meows and complains about her lot in life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think it's about time for a sprint because Catticus may riot if we don't get to Gushy food time.
We're also 15 minutes into the stream.
Exactly.
So we need to talk about what we're working on today.
Oh yeah, what are you doing today? I'm, not making the blog post about NaNoWriMo and reading about that person who was raised to believe she has to be perfect, finding out there's a whole new world out there.
I'm gonna figure out my Substack for this week, which was pretty low bar, and then probably do some YouTube SEO research for Sako and the Moon.
Yeah. The moon was looking pretty last night, so good job.
Thank you.
And I sent off the short story that I was working on last week.
You finished it, dude!
I finished it. It came out around 6,500 words, and then I edited it and cut almost 1,000 words out of it, and sent it off on Friday evening. And that means that I am back to editing Kindred of Kali and trying to make all these revisions from my editor's notes.
I hear your editor might be having a lot more time to edit soon.
Oh, well, when I finish these updates, I plan on sending it back to her for a double check to make sure I haven't added any more problems. So
I think she posted something about day job and layoffs.
Oh, you're talking about short story editor. This is true.
Oh, okay, different editor. You're talking
different
about
editor.
Now.
Okay. The novel editor, and I do plan on sending this back to her once I've finished all the rewrites. But the anthology editor, she's been going through a tough time with her day job turning against her. But she is she's got a couple other sidelines, and she's like doing emergency snacks. So
because she sells ginger treats.
Yep. So she sells ginger treats, and she started a couple other things. So may have to order some provisions in for those writing and editing sessions.
Definitely. Popping into the comments, Dwan says, can I tell his daughter she doesn't have to be perfect? She doesn't listen to me. Well, if she's a Virgo, it's going to be a struggle because we all like to be perfectionists. But it's all about expectation management. And I think during the pandemic, I really embraced the whole a lot of things worth doing are worth doing poorly because something is better than nothing in a lot of cases. Not
good
all.
Good enough for government work. Yeah.
Right. Like, wearing clothes. 2 seconds. Oh. Okay. Sorry. My roommate just got home and I needed to cat block the doorway.
So the other thing to remember is that the road to perfection is paved by making mistakes.
It is. And you have to learn by doing a lot of times. And
every time you write, you are a better writer than you were from the last time you wrote.
Yeah. That was the whole concept behind the get the words out and then you can edit them, is because you can't get better without doing. And if you're scared to put pen to paper, you're not going to get through the bad words to get to the good words.
Yep.
Exactly.
And the other aspect is there is a point of diminishing returns. So it's like, yes, you go back and you revise it and you make it better. Yeah. But eventually you'll hit the point where you can't make it any better than it is. And if you keep trying, you'll just make it worse. So
or you'll make a whole different story.
Yeah. And there's the whole thing about workshopping something to death where you take everybody's advice and you end up with the average of all the opinions, which makes it bland as bleep and takes away your voice. So you want to make sure that you know what you who your characters are and the story you want to tell. And, you know, it not everybody's your target audience, and you have to embrace that you can't please everyone. But it's, to me, I would rather have, 10 people say, this is the best thing ever, it really spoke to me, than 100 people say, it was fine, Let me rush through some comments right here. King Red Spy Red X was dreaming about the spirit realm because his grandfather's there. Arcturus inserted some victory fanfare for us. Sandy is a hardcore marathon writer. Like, I can't even. But she goes in, closes the door for 3 days, and comes out with a novel. So Sandy wrote 2 short stories for a contest thingy this weekend and edited her favorite this morning and sent it in at 854 words. That's almost short for her.
That's really short.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Flash fiction territory.
That is flash fiction territory. Yeah.
Sandy says, now I'm focused on my vampire novel during the sprinting. Everybody cheered for her.
Yay!
Arcturus is like, yeah, good enough for progress doing stuff. And Sandy agrees, mistakes prove we're making progress. Sucking at something is the first step to not sucking so much.
Yep.
So, and Dwan wishes her perfection was writing based. So, yeah. I know my sister's eldest really struggles with anything they are not comfortable doing because they don't know how to do it. They don't want to do because they don't know how to do it, so they can't do it right. So they're just not even going to try. And getting past that hurdle is proving
difficult.
Challenging. Yeah.
And honestly, that's been around forever. I mean, even folks in my generation have suffered with that. But
yeah. Dwan, pros, she's my kid. Cons, she's my kid. So, Arcturus. The getting past that not okay with being good is hard. It really is. So, but
or being okay with not being good at something.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with the fact that I am never going to be a better juggler than I am right now. Or guitarist. I will never be a better guitarist than I am right now because I have like fingers that lock and stuff.
No.
So, like, good enough for government work, like
right. We're DC Metro. We say that a lot.
Yeah.
Good enough for federal employment right now. I guess I came at it a little differently. I just figured I'm not going to get better if I don't try it.
Sure.
So
I'm not going to get better if I don't try it.
You've got to make the attempt to find out if you're good at it.
Yeah.
You know what motivates me half the time when I do these things is I can't shit on stuff unless I know it really well.
Okay.
So I'll take a year or whatever to do the thing that I'm writing a paranormal romance. I can't shit on paranormal romance if I don't know the ins and outs of writing one.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll see how it goes.
I've actually been struggling with it in my day job of like, I don't know how to write this code. I know it's going to be like tricky and it needs a lot of brain focus. And then I keep putting it off and doing other stuff instead. And, half the time when I buckle down and do it, it takes me an hour. So, but it's also hard as a software person, you need like 1 to 3 hours to sit down and really buckle down and wrap your head around the logic. And
but
then
in share time, yeah.
But then you have like 5 or 6 meetings scattered throughout the day, and you don't have that big block of work time. So,
oh fuck,
that was why when I was coding, I liked to come in late and deal with all the meetings during the day. Then I have got a block of time in the end of the day to sit down and crank out code.
Yeah, which works great for me when it's not kid week, because otherwise that block of time at the end of the day is when the roommate comes home with the kid.
Yeah.
Which is fine because he goes in the sunroom and hides from my cat because my cat is violent. but but it's also distracting and my focus gets shot. And yeah. I definitely started doing better at work once I was no longer going to the chiropractor at 4 p.m. 3 days a week, because getting back into the work mode after going to the chiropractor was a bit of a struggle for me for a while. So, oh, chat's been busy. Andy says he finished edits on the novel earlier today. Yes. And is now working on a short story as he's run out of ones to submit for his 50 rejections in 2024 project. Dwan has a hard time being okay with not being the greatest human being alive. But you know what you are? You are the greatest Dwan Hearn alive. You're the greatest you. Nobody else can be you better than you. Even, like, I'm a twin, but my sister can't be me better than me.
No, she can't.
And I can't be her better than her. Arcturus would like to say, hold on, I do government work, and they do have some pretty strong standards. Might be that's because I'm a contractor.
Yeah.
So Raven says, what was the quote? I think from Bob Ross, that talent is actually dedicated interest. Like, if you do something you're
the 10,000 hours or whatever it is that takes to get become an expert at something.
Yeah. If you do something you're actually interested in long enough, eventually it looks at like natural talent. I think Ed Sheeran or somebody was playing video or like audio of him like 10 years before, and he's like, people keep telling me it's natural talent. No, this was me 10 years ago. And like they're like, oh, the guitar's not bad. And then he started singing and everybody's like,
oh. The early Sabaton stuff is also telling.
And there's webcomic artists that their like first like 3-6 months were horrible.
Howard Taylor from Schlock Mercenary has gotten rid of all of the original art from when he started the comic because it was so bad. He's
the one I usually point to is questionable content, which is not that questionable. It's not that much adult content.
I really like webcomics for that reason.
You can see the growth.
Can watch them grow. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Probably the webcomic I'm reading right now with the worst art is Selkie comic, but I really like the story and the art is getting better. I'm not saying it's great, but it's not bad enough that I won't read it. And it's definitely gotten better over time. And I also recognize, especially for webcomic artists, they have to balance, improving their style, consistency versus being able to do it, on the regular schedule. Because I mean, I don't know how many people are familiar with Hyperbole and a Half. She has some great images that go with her essays. And it's all MS Paint, like very poorly done. And she's like, look, I can draw well. And she showed other stuff she's done. And she's like, this is just what I'm doing for the blog. It's what I can do in a faster amount of time. And I think it's hilarious and it fits the voice. So sometimes it's a choice and sometimes it's a schedule, related concept. So, popping back to the comments real quick. Raven was finishing on the whole how much time to make it look like natural talent. He doesn't remember, but he tends to immediately hate anything he's not instantly good at.
Natural talent is what happens when no one else is watching.
Yeah. All of those, debut successes, and they don't talk about the 15 years they were working at it and trying,
The classic is that it takes 10 years to be an overnight success in this business.
Exactly. Sandy says, that's really nice. We can work at it more when we dig in and love it. And Andy was like, yes, deep focus time is a must for coding. And Sandy says, aging myself here, Burke Brethard's work was very poor in his early days. Sorry?
Burke breathed.
Sorry. But Bloom County got really good in the late 80s. Okay, we were talking 10 minutes ago about a sprint. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
3, 2, 1, boom. Great conversation. And we're back. Well, Doc and I are back. How was your sprint, Doc?
Parts of us are back. I'm getting back into the story, which is good. Going over the first part of the chapter that apparently I did last time, but I also received a delivery from Costco and got this week's snack portion out. These are something I haven't tried before. It's from the bakery at Costco. It's cinnamon chip biscone bites.
Ooh, very nice.
They look good.
I mean,
but I haven't even opened the case yet, so I'll do that in a little bit.
Very nice.
But yeah, it's not exactly going full speed ahead, but getting back into the editing groove. So
sure. I gave Catticus his Sunday gushy food, and
it was much rejoicing.
Someone suggested that I usually put it in one of the bowls because it's one of the peel off the lid and just plunk it in there. And I get the plastic one, so it's not like the metal with the sharp edge or whatever.
Right.
But a friend of mine suggested instead of putting it in the metal container, I put it by itself. So then he has to chase it around as it like moves as he eats it, and that just looks so frustrating. After like every time he took a lick of it, it moved on him. So I put it back in the bowl so it would stay put, so he could get to the bottom of it.
That sounds like it would be much more entertaining for someone that said that than it would be for you or Catticus.
Some cats enjoy like puzzles to get to their treats and stuff. Catticus does not.
Yeah, and this is almost less a treat as much as this is the food of the gods. My right to do.
yeah, pretty much. So. Raven bounced out. He had to go sleep before work. Nikki swung by. Hello, Nicole.
Hey. Just miss Raven.
Yeah.
But you have arrived.
Right? Jen, hello. Jen swung by.
Hi.
And we have Jen Storyteller, or JN3 Storyteller from Texas. Hello and welcome. I think this is your first time at our stream. So I like newcomers as well. Tessa made it. Hello. Always good to see you.
Hi.
Let's see. Nicole is here to do some prep work before the first half of Spellbound goes off to visit Editorland. And to also high five everyone else now that the cover of the Bog Hag anthology has been revealed.
Yay.
So, Sandy thinks your treats look yummy.
Oh, thank you. I'll let you know in a few minutes.
Sarah says that I believe Doc's channel says
I'm doing No Man's Sky. Thank you, Sarah. Let me go see about
update that. Yeah, that's what he was doing on Friday. So,
and I did a special stream yesterday, so that's part of why.
So keep a lookout if you want to watch Doc playing some No Man's Sky, because some of that's been happening lately.
Yep, an awful lot of it actually.
Andy, as a boss, got 400 words written in one sprint.
Let's see.
JN3 is writing an adventure for a Shadow Dart game they're running in a couple weeks. Oh my gosh, Andy, you got to run for your money with Sandy. Sandy pounded 485 words into chapter 22 and is filling in some plot holes today. So, oh yeah, okay. JN3 says they've been here before, but it's been a minute. Sarah thinks your story sounds really fun, or your game sounds really fun. So, hello, publishing socialism, etc. Is that Patrick? Says hello, humans. The agent research continues now that the kids' summer quote unquote vacation is over. Let's see. Sarah says, I have that problem all the time. I forget to hit the update button on my title. Yeah, I get that with Twitch.
All right. Thank you. I have fixed it now.
Excellent. Sandy and Andy cheered for each other because they're the ones making words tonight. So nicely done. Solid sprint. So yeah, looking good.
And I have my piece of mandatory cat content here.
I mean, obviously. What would our channel be without mandatory cat? Probably a road trip episode.
Yeah, probably. Especially if I can ever come along with you guys to
Narium next year.
Yeah.
So
and Sako's back.
Yay!
Sorry, I'm here.
How'd it go?
I had to do cat management while Pabu ate, and we're out of Pabu food, which super sucks because you can only order it from the vet.
Oh no.
Because it's prescription. Sure. So
yes, you're good.
We'll see how it shakes out. I need to talk to my mom about making it like 5 weeks instead of
6.
A quarter.
Oh,
for 3 cats.
What? No.
Yeah.
So
I have 3 cats, and
yeah, no.
And they're all on the same food?
They have to be.
Okay.
It's either that or you get the chip collar thing that only the cat and that gets pricey.
My cats, 1, it gets crazy and annoying. 2, my cats are smart and will find ways around it.
Our cats are
like
chipped,
knocking over the bowl.
We got the lidded feeders with the sensor because back when we had Gilly, she would eat any food that was out, so Trill wouldn't get any food because Gilly would eat it all. So we had to have those to keep Gilly out of Trill's food. So
we just simply don't have the budget for such things.
Yeah. I get that. So easier to just feed them all. Popping back into the comments, Sarah's at minute 9 of her video with 40 more minutes to edit, but is rendering now, so that has to finish. Rendering, the video editor's version of coding. Compiling.
Compile.
So, hey, JK Lembo.
Joanna. Hey,
I'm currently not working on my blog and reading another Why Choose Romance.
I like why choose romances. I think it's a trope that should persist in the future.
I enjoy it better than reverse harem because I prefer many to many rather than many to one because the logistics are less stressful. And also that means one person's not responsible for everyone's emotional health.
Yeah.
It's a lot fairer to everybody else.
It's a group thing and not a So anyway, Jen says, hi to JK. JN3 says, my mandatory cat time was spent kicking the little Voit out of my office after she started knocking everything off the shelves.
Yeah, I know those feels.
Been there.
We've been very lucky that our cats have not been real. I'm going to stand on the shelf and clear it of everything. The only time we've had problems like that is when they go up there and decide to lay down, and as they spread out, things just start going.
Okay. My kitten, Obake, he has taken to playing my harp. But I don't want him choking on the strings, and he's not gentle. He uses claws on the string, so it's like twang. Yeah.
And you kind of don't want him to like slice through a string because they can get expensive to replace.
So many of them are broken already. You know, like.
So I have a total topic jump.
Was
so
in the kitchen.
Go ahead and finish.
Okay. He wasn't wearing it.
So, popping into the comments real quick. Nicole says, hello, I'm tinkering with Spellbound before the first half ships off to the editor, but also being super excited because people seem to really like the cover of the Bog Hag anthology.
Yeah, hell yeah. That went live today.
Yeah.
That was really real today. Woo!
I just spotted. Okay. I figured out how to fix my Discord that wasn't loading. Apparently, if you just get the gray screen, it's because it didn't close out properly and it's got background processes running. So if I go to Task Manager and exit them and reopen, it sorts itself out. So I went in and I found out what used to be the Maryland region for NaNoWriMo has migrated away and has formally rebranded as Old Bay Scribes.
Yes.
And they'll be so.
I actually noted that a couple weeks ago that they've been looking for a better brand for themselves.
Yeah.
But at that time they hadn't made it clear that they were divorcing themselves from NaNoWriMo. So I'm still watching to see what's going on with that.
Yeah. So I know the Northern Virginia group is still making decisions and trying to decide what is going to be best for everyone rather than what's most convenient for necessarily the liaisons. But I believe stepping away is a plan for most of the group at this point. So.
Nobukatsu. I'm sorry, I'm paying attention to the comments. Nobukatsu was my Void, and my Void was really like I couldn't leave drinks out because he would jump up and knock them off the table.
Oh, mine will drink out of my cup unless he can't get to the bottom like 3 inches, and then it would get knocked over because he couldn't get to the bottom 3 inches.
Gary has taken to drinking out of glasses that are on the table.
I'm not a fan.
That is not because his head is still small enough to fit into the glass.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a cookie.
No, that's the biscotti or something. It's from the bakery.
They are called cinnamon chip bisconi bites.
Bisconi bites.
Sorry.
Okay.
They are good.
So. They look good.
Yeah.
They smell fantastic. I just opened
it. I'm going to pop back into the comments. Jan3 says she jumps on the shelf with all the collectibles when I don't pay attention to her right away and pushes them off. And a couple of the items on there are more than 50 years old or older than their wife.
So,
mm-hmm.
The cat knows where to go to get your attention.
Right. Dwan says he was late. He had to review the next release from Hollowed Hills Entertainment. Andy is still working on a short story and says, Old Bay strikes again. Because Maryland.
Because Maryland, yeah.
So Sandy is working on her vampire satire and is curious what JK is sprinting with. So.
If we're sprinting.
Yeah.
Socialization.
We have time for another sprint. What do y'all say about a sprint right now? Someone being needy.
Someone is being needy, and I think a sprint would be a wonderful use of, or rather, entertaining Catticus would be a wonderful use of the sprint.
I mean, there's also lots of kisses too. It's not just biting and violence.
Yeah.
So Jenna says Old Bay. It's even in the water in some parts of Maryland. Bring on the sprints. Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Boom. Chakalaka. And we're back.
That was like charming timing on Catticus's part when the timer went off.
Oh, he's not done. He's just changing up position.
Yeah.
He believes he's entitled to second gushy food, and he is in fact not. I am working on adding chapters to episodes of Sako and the Moon. Ooh.
That'll probably help.
Sure.
It does not currently tell me when people are watching the most sections. So I don't, yeah.
That's frustrating.
Because people aren't watching. So I'm trying to make things not sustainable. That's not the word I'm looking for. I'm trying to make things retaining of watch time.
Okay.
Because people will start watching our stuff and then drop out.
Sure. The watch through. So, Doc?
I've been making some good progress. I'm actually almost done with this chapter.
Nice. Awesome.
I guess we're probably not going to get time for another sprint, so I'll probably push on to go ahead and get this chapter done with. Where am I?
We could probably squeeze in a 20-minute sprint.
Yes, if we did it right now.
I'm like finishing up trying to finish up chapter 13. I got 16 more chapters to go after that, so
sure.
Not quite halfway, but I'm getting awful close.
Nice, making some progress.
Yep.
So, jumping. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I saw that the comments were flying by while I was working.
Sure. So, jumping into the comments, JK is working on her bakery arrivals to lovers work in progress. Project Sugar and Spice set to self-pub late this fall. JK said hi to the kitty and thought it was so adorable while he was rending the bleep out of this hand puppet dinosaur that I got from IKEA in like 15 when Paige was born.
Okay.
So Nicole got 4 chapters of notes from the beta readers implemented. 4 chapters?
Nice.
Oh my gosh. That is woof. JN3 got 381 words and may end up drowning the PCs in their game.
Oh, fun.
Just for fun.
Why not? Duan has a
I am not great at it. Is why we have such a low view count, but I'm working on it.
A fun fact, I do believe being the doer of things for the show may be a sliding scale, like me being the evil twin.
Eviler.
You just have to do more than him. As the doer.
Yep. I am the doer of things. I would not say I am great.
JK says to Nicole, congrats, good to see you. JK got some editing done for the PowerPoint they're editing for their day job.
Right on.
And Sandy said, do you know how many followers you gotta have before YouTube gives you those analytics?
I wish I did. I have 580 something subscribers on my Sako Tumi Voit account, and I still don't have those analytics.
Yeah.
That sounds like huge numbers from where I'm sitting.
Yeah. So
yeah, but it's not enough to get the things that I would like to have.
Yeah. The tools and so
also monies.
Yeah. Nicole said, I tend to watch in segments. Does that cause your stats grief?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Because if it is less than half of the video, then it does not count as a view.
What?
So if you watch less than half of the video in a couple segments and then finish it up in a third one, you've watched the whole thing, but the stream doesn't get credit for the view.
They get, I think they get one view for, because like, for instance, I watch 10-hour videos.
Sure.
Right? So I have to watch it in chunks.
Yeah, no.
Otherwise,
Obviously.
but they're chaptered out.
Sure.
Okay.
You know, so
but you can't do chapters until you have more subscribers than I do.
You can do chapters no matter what they are. You just don't have the analytics telling you like where in the video people are watching.
Sure. Because I know I've had videos with like a watch time of like 1 minute and X number of views, and it's like a 5-10 minute video. So
Right.
like,
with Sako Tumi Cast Voit, when I was doing my marketing videos, I learned that people were only watching 2 minutes into my videos. So I started making 2-minute videos and it worked.
I mean, shorts are great for that.
Yeah.
So, Sandy said, managed to get 262 words into chapter 36 of their work in progress. Andy
36 chapters. Holy cow.
Yeah. Andy got 322 words and has to tell us his wet food because he's howling like he's seeing the dead. Sarah is 1125 out of 29 minutes for this edit. Dewan says, you're great, and I listen to me.
I would say you're great, and also I listen to me.
Right. Yeah. So Nicole says, oh no, I'll get it in one trip from now on. So trying to walk through.
Yeah. So we get one view for the chunks.
So one fun fact, you can always hit play and then put it on mute while you do other stuff and then come back and watch it again and pick up where you left.
So once upon a time ago, I think they lifted this.
Okay.
But once upon a time ago, if it was on mute, you didn't get the view.
What?
Mm-hmm.
But like I watch a lot of stuff, especially stuff that has closed captioning available on mute. Like a lot.
Which is why I think they lifted it.
Yeah. Okay. So if YouTube doesn't believe you watch in short segments, Sandy has chapters even in their short 1-hour videos. So I don't know. Jan3 says for Twitch, that's some weird garbage. I had a night a few weeks ago with 8 viewers at the same time, and Twitch told me I had 2 total. Last year, Twitch said I had 97 viewers on a stream, and I've never had more than 21 since I've been streaming.
Okay.
Yeah. And Sandy says, I totally do that. I will put on a video and let it play while I'm doing housework. Like, I'll start watching, but this is why TED Talks are horrible for me. I'll click away to another tab, and next thing I know, the whole thing's over, and I totally missed 90% of it. And also, I have my channels open usually while we're streaming, and if I don't close them, my YouTube channel has decided, I don't know, that I want to listen to lo-fi coffee shop vibes and just auto plays, and I'll come in the morning and apparently have listened to like 10 of those.
Yeah.
So, Nicole, do you get docked if I watch on 2 times speed? Because I'm impatient.
No.
Good.
I know I'm a slow talker. So
I watch a lot on like at least 1.5, especially like the before and after like yard cleaning videos or house cleaning ones. So
yeah, so if we want to do that sprint, we should do it.
We should do it now.
Okay, I'll set it for 10 minutes. How about we'll do 10-minute sprint?
Okay. I think
Power
it'll work.
sprinting.
Then we have like 5 minutes for the outro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Have a good evening, JN3. So,
All right.
and save me some dinner. Catch you later. 3, 2, 1, sprint. Mm. And we're back. How was your final sprint?
I'm trying to troubleshoot my first episode.
And it includes some trouble that needs to be shot.
Yeah.
It isn't quite in the crosshairs yet.
Yeah.
I'm at 27% on the book I was reading, and I gave somebody some snuggles, and we played a little
Yay.
bit with the ribbon.
Yay. Lick.
And he licked you instead of biting.
Right? Last sprint, rather than this just past one, I was in the chair, and he sat in the other chair watching me. But like as soon as I sat at my desk, he's like, no. I think my cat thinks I spend too much time at my desk.
I think so too.
I don't think he's wrong, but his timing is not
great.
Yeah.
It is not great timing.
His timing is suboptimal.
But his love is always appreciated. Yeah.
Bye, Sandy.
It looks like Sandy is not having a good time with her HVAC because she went off to vacuum it, and and that was earlier, so I'm not sure. So, Doc, how was your sprint?
That's not good.
Yeah.
I'm literally down to the last page.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So
you should have ignored us and kept going.
Yeah, I should have had 5 more minutes, but yeah.
Okay. Popping into the comments, Dwan didn't get to snuggle with my kitty.
Oh,
struggle.
I don't think Dwan's talking about.
Oh, Sarah has a really good point. Watch time.
I was just about to pop back to that. Apparently does affect watch time if you're on faster speed, because watch time is the criteria for getting paid through YouTube.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think I qualify as getting paid through YouTube yet. Twitch, yes, but I don't have enough followers on Twitch, so it doesn't matter.
I need to start looking at what are those thresholds that you start to unlock the different stuff.
On YouTube, it has recently changed.
It always does. It
to be lower.
Oh, really?
That's the first time ever. Maybe they started to lose viewers to other platforms.
I think they were, especially since the monetization on Twitch is so low.
Yeah.
I know. I set up my first goal over on Twitch, and I'm trying to get to the low price of 20 followers, and it's like I still have 6 to go.
I mean, Twitch is a lot more doable. Like, I should probably promote more of my Twitch than my YouTube, but I don't. So, popping into the comments, Tessa has been working on cleaning up old blog posts. Still has over 2,000 to go, but started with 7,000 on 3 blogs and has deleted a lot of the old ones because her work's improved. That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of content.
Yeah. Sarah says she thinks YouTube lowered it to get closer to Twitch. For a while, YouTube was like, oh, is Morgan getting close? Let's double it. Let's double it again.
Yeah. I remember when that happened.
Doc, what is your Twitch handle so people can find you?
So I am Doc Coleman on Twitch. Surprise!
Shocking.
One word.
Yeah, it's all one word because Twitch doesn't let you have spaces.
Yeah.
And you didn't underscore or hyphen or anything.
For your convenience, Morgan has put it in the link. And if you're watching this on YouTube sometime later, there's a link to my link tree down below, and you can just go to that and find me wherever I am. So
yeah. So aw. Nicole says, thanks for the fun stream, Morgan. I'm so ready to take on the coming week. No more Sunday scaries for me. Yay. I just rolled off of one work project, and now I'm helping out with some stuff on overhead that are smaller tasks. So I'm hoping a change of pace will, help me break through this burnout lack of momentum thing I have going on, because I have always said I'm momentum based, but I haven't been able to build up any momentum this year. So I'm just stumbling.
Yeah. You just kind of like
You need to
trying to paddle and just sinking.
Need to find a big hill to start rolling down. That way you can pick up momentum.
But I'm buoyant. I usually I can't even do a flip in the water because I get halfway around and float up.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Thank you, Dwan, for following me over on Twitch. I'm now at 75% of my goal. Woo-hoo.
I'm sorry I can't follow you again.
Yes, I know.
But yeah, so it looks to be a really good week this week. I've got a calmer week at work, and family stuff seems like it's going to be a little calmer, although my sister's little baby woke up, 3-year-old woke up with an ear infection, so
oh no,
not a great morning for her.
No.
So they're juggling childcare for tomorrow. So
I see.
Yeah. But yeah, so let's tell people who we are, where they can find us, and peace out, yo. Does Sako want to go first?
I will go first. Howdy, neighbors. I am Sako Tumi, also known as Voit. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those three things, which I'm trying to do while I fluff out Sako and the Moon so that it's visible. Sako and the Moon is a podcast about horror writers who are self-published, basically talking about how they got there and trying to help young writers, or new writers anyway, learn how, maybe even some weathered writers, on how to write certain aspects of horror.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Doc?
And I am Doc Coleman. I write steampunk comedy adventure. And if you're interested in me or any of my work, you can go to your favorite search engine and search on Doc Coleman Steampunk, and that will help you find my website at doccoleman.com. It'll also help you find my author page on Amazon, where you can see all of my works currently in print and look at samples and figure out if it's something that's right for you. I will not be joining this stream next Sunday because that's my day to go to the Maryland Renaissance Festival and play. And I'm going to be having fun. And then, of course, if you are in the Maryland area and you'd like to see me and Morgan, you can look for us at Capclave down in Rockville, and we will be.
For me, it's up in Rockville.
Yeah, it's
carry on.
Carry on.
Capclave in Rockville, and we will be on panels. Although my schedule's kind of short, I think I've got like 3 panels and a reading. It's like I put in for a whole bunch of panels.
Yeah,
I have no idea why they're not choosing me for stuff, but
it could be these are panels you've been on repeatedly, and they're trying to freshen up.
This is entirely possible.
Because you are usually on like 12 panels, so most of the regular panels have probably had you a couple times.
But but I will definitely be there. I did not see on my schedule anything about the mass signing, but I do plan to be there. So
sure.
And I will be dragging books with me. So if you're curious and you're in the area, that's another great chance to get some of my books and get them signed.
Hooray!
Yay! Dwan says about Sako and the Moon, warning, I talk a lot.
That's kind of the point.
People who have podcasts and live streams tend to be people who like the sound of their own voice. Mirror.
I like having conversations with people.
Right. So, and I have in the past blogged, vlogged, and podcasted all about writing tips and writerly musings. You can find me everywhere as Morgan Hazelwood, except X. And I have a lot of notes and stuff from past convention panels I've hit, tips from the pros and that sort of thing, plus my own writerly adventures. And at Capcleve in 2 weeks in Rockville, Maryland, which is around the DC Beltway. On Friday, I will be talking about hybrid online events and, what the future of those are going to be. I'm going to be talking about the future of blogging at 7 p.m. And I'm going to be on a storytelling panel about this one time. So I'm not sure what stories I'm going to share there, but it sounds like a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. On Saturday at 3, I'll be talking about fan clubs and fan tables. And Saturday, 10 p.m., I'm going to be helping read some of the further adventures of Grignor the Barbarian, the star of Eye of Argon.
See, I passed on that one because I have done that one before.
It's hilarious, though, and I loved it, and I'm super excited to be in it.
It is, but it's also one of the ones that you can actually show up as the audience and get dragged up to do some reading.
Yes. And then on Sunday at 10 a.m., I am going to be on Who You're Gonna Call when you run into plotting and characterization issues about tools and stuff like that. I'll be moderating that one so the experts can talk and I can take notes.
So since you started reading off your schedule, I pulled up mine.
Okay. Shamelessly link drop or panel drop.
So on Friday is moderator night for me. I will be moderating So You Want to Be a Writer, and I will also be moderating at 9 o'clock Apocalypse Now, talking about writing about the end of the world.
Nice.
On Saturday, I will be on the panel. No, make it a series. Talking about building tales that take more than one book. And they did finally add the mass signing and award ceremony Saturday at 7 onto my my schedule. And then of course on Sunday I have author reading at noon.
Oh, fun. Awesome. Cool.
Light schedule, but hey, I'll be there.
No workshops, so
Yeah.
a little easier. So Dwan's making fun of my this one time panel, as we know it. So thank you all for coming. I hope you had fun. If you were working on stuff, I hope you were productive, and if not, I hope you had some really good snacks. I had regular plain ruffled chips with some hell of a good dip, and it was delicious.
Perfect pair. Yeah,
it was delicious. So have a great week, and we'll be back again next week, except for Doc, who hopefully the weather is kind.
Weather is kind, and the drinks have short lines.
Like that'll happen. But anyway, have a great week, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.